Let me tell y'all something. I have a doozy for you today. Hi, welcome to another episode of In My Zone. I'm Patricia Tone. A day in the life of a 50-plus unemployed filmmaker. Let me tell y'all something. I have a doozy for you today. A doozy for you today. Back in the 90s when I started doing hair at JCPenney's hair salon, I met a lot of people working as a hairstylist for JCPenney's in the Fox Hills Mall. A lot of people, a lot of different backgrounds of professions, things like that. One day, one of my clients wasn't feeling well, and she asked me if I could fill in for her at the award show. And I was like, what do you mean fill in at the award shows? So talent assistant is a person who escorts celebrity talent around the venue when they are shooting a show. Okay, you get to see all different kinds of people that you thought you probably would never meet. There were people I loved, idolized, and I got to see all those people close up, firsthand, right here. And so one of the people that I worked with on this particular show was an actor named Charles S. Dutton. He was the star of the show Rock, and he was a star of Alien 3. And this man was well known around town, and he was just loved, right? Everybody loved this man, and rightfully so, because these people be flying and they had these accidents going 80, 90 miles an hour, and he all on the wrong side of the street. See that? Craziness on a holiday weekend. People can't even go to the beach and have fun because they out here speeding like they speed racer and stuff. Anyway, back to the story. So I was working with Charles S. Dutton on one of the shows, and we never really had a lot of conversation because it was just basically, okay, you go here, here's your dressing room, you go to hair and makeup, let's go to stage left or right before that person gets to go on and do their presenting for the show. And when we were in rehearsal, he and a few of his actor friends were in one of the dressing rooms, and I had to wait for him and, chaperone him during that time. He just said, go sit over there, or some kind of way there's a seat in the area, and I went off and sat away from the group of men. And they were over there telling stories. And actors, they are funny, hilarious. And he was telling a story of how somebody was at his house, and when he left the room to go to the restroom, his dog started humping the man's leg. And he was telling it in a very descriptive way. And I'm only human, and I burst out laughing with them. And, everybody kind of looked at me because they forgot I was in there, because I was just sitting there so quietly, minding my business, because they don't like us really interacting with the talent. And so I couldn't hold it in. I was just cracking up, because that's what you do when you hear something funny. And so before the end of the night, I talked to him about wanting to be a writer. I love this show. The topics that they do for that show are just absolutely phenomenal. All the things that people have said about the show. It was a popular show. And so some kind of way we got on the subject that I worked in the mall. I'm a hairstylist. I probably just blurted it out, saying I'm a hairstylist. I started doing talent assisting, and I've always been into writing and acting and things of that nature. I think I asked if I could get him one of the scripts that I had written for Rock. I did a spec script for that show. And I wanted him to read it because I thought and still think that I'm a damn good writer, right? And he agreed. And so I said, if ever you pass by the mall, on your way in town, out of town, I'll keep the script on me and, try to get it to you. Something of that nature. And lo and behold, one day he called. He said he was en route. They had to stop by the mall for something. And when he was there, I think that's when he remembered that I was at the mall, some kind of way. He was coming. And so when he came, I can't even tell y'all how short this meeting or viewing of each other was. It was like literally probably less than 5 doggone minutes, because he was on his way somewhere, and I was at work, and it was just so briefly brief of the briefest briefing you could ever imagine, right? Well, what happened was, I'm gonna get on with the story because I'm trying to think. This lady named Marion was a hairstylist with me, and she heard that he had come to the salon, or to the entrance of the salon. And this is a woman who had yearly subscriptions to Star Magazine and all those tabloid magazines. And so she took it upon herself to call Star Magazine and sell them a story about Charles S. Dutton coming to the mall to meet me. Yeah. And it was like the worst thing I had ever had happen to me before. Now, here's the thing. I wake up the next day, I get a phone call from Charles, and he's cussing me out. How could you do this? And why would you sell a story? And why would you do that? And I'm thinking, I said, first of all, what are you talking about? I had no freaking idea that the damn story was in the magazine, in the tabloid. Had no idea. I said, what are you talking about? He said, you wrote an article on me and you made it look like we had a affair or something. I said, hold up. No, I didn't. I didn't do this. And he didn't believe me, of course. He didn't believe me. Why would he? He doesn't know me. Everybody at that time was out for selling stories to the tabloid, the National Enquirer, Star Magazine. It was a whole bunch of them. And that's how paparazzi made their money. So at that time, anybody with an inkling of a sighting of a celebrity could sell their story, even if there's nothing to the story. It's just like social media today. Exactly like social media today. Nobody gets confirmation or find out how much of the story is true. Yeah, it was true. He came by the mall. He did not come to the mall directly to see me. He just happened to be in that location. And I worked there. And he remembered that for some reason, because it was like days or so that we had discussed it. That was the only reason he probably even remembered who I am. or was or is because it was a fresh memory, okay? And it was about business. So Star Magazine wrote this paragraph indicating we were like more than friends or whatever, and it was totally untrue. And so he was mad at me, and in the brief cursing out of me, I was like, Charles, I would never do that. I'm not that type of person. I said, if I wanted to sell a story, I would have fucking photos. I would have photos and video. Okay? $400 is nothing. That's what we found out that Marion had gotten from Star Magazine was $400. And I was livid because that's no money, absolutely no money. And for her to do that, to try and ruin people's lives over $400 was and is still absolutely disgusting and absolutely awful, because that man had a wife. He was married to Debbie Morgan, and everybody knew Angie and Jesse from the soap operas. I'm talking about the most beautiful, iconic actress ever. I was shocked because I'm thinking, I don't even compare to her in no fashion form or way. It just really hurt me so badly that this heifer would try or would scar my name and brand my name in a negative way before I even got started. And let me tell y'all something, that heifer Marion almost got a beat down. Everybody in that salon had to hold me off of her because, yes, I chose violence. I chose violence, and I would still choose violence. If that heifer is dead, I want to know where she buried so I could come rebury her ass 6 inches deeper than what she is. That's how mad I still am about that situation. There is nothing worse than somebody thinking you slept with somebody's husband to get to the top. Now, if I was that type of person, yeah, I could have tried. I didn't say I would be successful to sleep my way to the top, but that ain't me. That has never been me. And to ruin, I don't care if she tried to do it to me personally, but she didn't even think about what this would do to him and his wife. That's the thing that made me the angriest. She did not even care that this man was married. That's the thing that pissed me off still to this day. Oh, I can't go that way. It's a wreck down there. And so I still have that script to this day. I'm gonna show it to y'all. I'm gonna show you the script. I have the Star Magazine, a copy of it. I still have it because it's damn near 30 some years later. This was in the 90s, and it's still something that people have attached my name and face to, because Hollywood is small. All these people know each other. All these people are friends. And to be a person with a good heart, a good spirit, I never have tried to hurt anybody in any form or fashion. To have those kind of daggers thrown at me and stuck in me, in my back, and things like that is just awful and hurtful. And I hope that heifer did not have a fruitful life. And I still hope, I don't care what y'all say, don't be writing me saying that's me. I hope that heifer dead. I hope she dead. I hope she died early, painfully, because that's what she did to me. I don't like people who are bullies and liars and cheaters and things like that. I never have. There is only a few things that I've been known for. And honesty has been the main one. Trustworthiness has been the second main one. And that's what anybody who knows me would say. That's what they would say. So, all y'all that sit up here and talk about, oh, social media, this, oh my God, social media has killed our society. No. It was already in the drain years ago with tabloids and people lying. Oh, you think I'm not lying? Go watch the Pamela Anderson story on Hulu and how those people did her in that. Now, I'm not even famous, but just a fraction of how they steal your stuff, how they lie, how they try to expand the story and just do anything to get some money from the tabloids. And so it's all the new social media is just being electronic and not printed in paper. It's the same thing. It has never stopped. It has never stopped. People still do it to this day. They don't care how it affects you, your life, or the other person's life. They do not care. All they want is some money. That's it. That's all they want is money. Money. And because of social media right now, I am here right now to publicly apologize to Charles S. Dutton and Debbie Morgan for that mess back in the day. Because none of it was true. And here's the thing I hate about people. They are quick to believe the lies. People love to believe the lies rather than the truth. Because they're always thinking, well, something must have happened. Ain't nothing happened. I know something must have happened. Ain't nothing happened. Yeah, you know what happened? Some heifer lied. That's what happened. Some heifer lied. And some a-hole with a tabloid decided to write an article pretending something was more than what it was. That's what happened. That's what had happened. Nothing else happened. That's what happened. A kind-hearted man agreed to help a poor black girl with inspirations to be a writer. That's what happened. And people always say, even to this damn day, why you helping her? Why you helping her? That's why women have such a hard time. When somebody does pop up and want to help a female, they have to explain why they helping that particular female. It can't just be that she's aspiring to do this, or she's good at her craft. She's, very talented. It always has to be believed that some type of sexual connection or interaction is mixed in with it. That's not the case all the time. I've never had that happen to me. Everything that I've done has always had to be, and on my part, I made it that way, to be on merit, talent, craft, skills, knowledge. I was a stand-up comedian for years. I ain't never kissed. Now am comedian in my life that I have rolled with, done shows with, been friends with. Never kissed, not one. Never slept with any of them. All it was friends helping friends. I gave a lot of them fools rides. They ain't even appreciate it. Never gave me gas money. I fed people. Never offered to feed me back. Never called to check on me. So it's never been a sexual thing for me to advance my way to the next level, because frankly, I ain't that damn sexy. I ain't that sexy. I ain't no beautiful fashion model. And so, Mr. Charles Dutton and Miss Debbie Morgan, I am incredibly sorry that went down. And because of social media, I can publicly apologize. Well, that's all I have for y'all today. Heading into this 4th of July weekend. Thank you for tuning in to In My Zone. I'm Patricia Tone. And this has been another episode of A Day in the Life of a 50-plus unemployed filmmaker. I hope you make it a great one.